10:15 a.m. London. The temperature inside Court 76 of the Royal Courts of Justice has just hit a breaking point. We are coming to you live on this Tuesday morning, April 1st, 2026, with a massive development in the trial that was supposed to redefine the British monarchy. Prince Harry is standing in the witness box. He is wearing a custom navy suit, his knuckles white as he grips a leather folder stamped with the words "Strictly Confidential" in bold red ink. The air is thick with the scent of old wood and the electric tension of a high-stakes gamble. In a moment that felt scripted for a Hollywood finale, Prince Harry did something no one expected. He placed his right hand firmly over his heart, locked eyes with the judge, and delivered a statement that sent a visible shiver through the gallery of journalists. He said, and I quote, "I have never, ever had a personal or friendly relationship with the tabloid press. To me, they are not professionals. They are predators. And in this story, I have always been the only prey." Stop and let that sink in. This isn't just a grievance. This is a total scorched earth policy. By denying even the slightest hint of a cordial past with the media, Prince Harry is deploying what legal analysts call the martyr strategy. It is a high-risk, high-reward maneuver designed to trigger the maximum possible compensation for breach of privacy. If he can convince the court that there was an absolute wall of silence between him and the media, then every single headline, every single leaked detail, and every single photograph becomes an illegal act of war. But as he stood there claiming he was a fortress of solitude, the legal team for Associated Newspapers was quietly opening a digital folder that is about to change everything. Before we deconstruct the massive lie that was just caught on the record, hit that like button and subscribe to the network. We are tracking this minute by minute as the metadata is verified. Comment below with the word truth if you think the prince is finally being honest, or actor if you think this is all for the cameras. Your engagement keeps this investigation alive. The scene in Court 76 was described by observers as a masterclass in PR framing. Prince Harry didn't just speak, he performed. He spoke about the trauma of the lens, the sound of the shutter, and the feeling of being hunted. He portrayed himself as a man who has spent his entire life running from the very people he is now facing in court. This narrative is crucial. Under the current legal framework of the 2026 privacy laws, the payout is calculated based on the level of intrusion. If Prince Harry is a victim who never spoke to a journalist, the intrusion is absolute. If he was a willing participant, the case collapses like a house of cards. The voiceover of his testimony, as recounted by those inside the room, paints a picture of a man desperate to rewrite his own history. One witness reported that Prince Harry's voice was steady but cold as he addressed the defense counsel. He told them, "You want to believe we were friends? You want to believe I invited you in? But the reality is you broke in, and you've been squatting in my life for 30 years." It was a powerful, chilling moment. But there is a glaring problem. Reality has a habit of leaving a digital footprint. As Prince Harry was finishing his proclamation of total isolation, the defense was preparing to introduce Exhibit Alpha 42. It is a thread from a social media platform that he claimed he never used for personal communication. It dates back to a time when he was known in certain circles not as a duke, but by a very specific, very telling nickname. The legal deadline for the defense to finalize their evidence was noon today. At exactly 11:45, the atmosphere shifted from shock to pure, unadulterated chaos. A series of messages appeared on the monitors of the courtroom. They weren't from a hacked phone. They weren't from a bugged room. They were from Prince Harry's own private account. Stay with us, because what happens next isn't just a legal defeat. It is a total exposure of a lie 10 years in the making. The martyr just walked into a trap of his own design, and the strictly confidential folder in his hand is about to become public property. We are watching the collapse of a royal narrative in real time. Don't go anywhere. The silence in Court 76 was broken by a single sharp sound, the clicking of a mouse. On the giant digital monitors facing the jury, a new document appeared. It wasn't a blurry photo or a vague rumor. It was a high-resolution PDF file, officially logged as Exhibit L0422FB. This is the exact moment the prince's scorched earth strategy hit a massive, invisible wall. What we are looking at is a digital ghost. For years, there were whispers that Prince Harry maintained a shadow presence on social media, a private Facebook account used only for a tight-knit circle of elite friends. Associated Newspapers, the parent company of the Daily Mail, didn't just find this account, they mapped its entire history. The document on the screen is a transcript of a long, flirtatious, and highly personal message thread between Prince Harry and Charlotte Griffiths. Wait, Charlotte Griffiths. The very journalist Prince Harry's legal team characterized as a predator and a stranger just an hour earlier. The technical authority behind this evidence is ironclad. This isn't just a screenshot that could be faked. This is a forensic extraction. The legal team for Associated Newspapers collaborated with specialized data recovery units from the Metropolitan Police to verify every single byte of information. We are talking about metadata, the digital DNA of a message. It shows the exact millisecond each text was sent, the IP addresses used, and the geolocation data that places the sender and receiver in the same room on multiple occasions. When the metadata was presented, the energy in the room shifted from tension to pure, unrefined curiosity. People were leaning forward, squinting at the screen, trying to catch a glimpse of the words sent by a man who swears he never talked to the press. Now, you have to understand the legal mechanism at play here. In the United Kingdom's civil litigation system, there is a strict rule known as disclosure. It is a heavy, non-negotiable obligation. Once a document like Exhibit L0422FB is entered into the record, the claimant, in this case, Prince Harry, cannot simply look away. He is legally bound to explain it. Under the threat of contempt of court, he must justify the discrepancy between his sworn testimony and this digital reality. Think about the stakes. If the judge determines that Prince Harry knowingly omitted these communications from his initial filings, he isn't just losing a lawsuit, he is facing a criminal charge of misleading the court. The martyr is suddenly standing on very thin ice, and the ice is cracking under the weight of his own mischief. The most damaging part of this file isn't just the fact that they talked, it's the tone. The messages reveal a nickname that seems to mock the very institution Prince Harry claims to be protecting. Charlotte Griffiths refers to him as Mr. Mischief. And Prince Harry doesn't push back, he leans in. He jokes about naughtiness in the countryside. He discusses movie snuggles. He even gives her updates on his private travels before his own palace staff knew where he was. The question hanging over the courtroom this morning is simple but devastating. How can you be a victim of the press when you are the one inviting the press into your inner sanctum? As we move into the afternoon session, the defense is preparing to read the most explosive part of the thread. A message sent on a cold January night that involves a secret Audi, a high-speed race, and a revelation about a certain royal pregnancy that was never supposed to be leaked. The digital paper trail is leading somewhere dark, and the prince's navy suit is starting to look a lot like a uniform of defeat. The record is open. The metadata is verified. And Mr. Mischief is finally out of places to hide. What was said in that final, unredacted paragraph? We are about to find out exactly how deep this rabbit hole goes. The problem with building a fortress of lies is that eventually, someone finds the blueprints. For 15 years, a specific narrative has been sold to the public. The story of a prince hounded, haunted, and hunted by a predatory press. But the evidence currently sitting on the judge's desk in Court 76 tells a different, much darker story of hypocrisy. We have reconstructed the timeline of this deception, and the facts are as cold as they are infuriating. The first fracture in the prince's victim narrative occurred in December 2011. While the world believed Prince Harry was a young royal struggling for a shred of privacy, he was actually at a high society weekend party at the countryside estate of his close friend Arthur Landon. This wasn't a man hiding from the cameras. This was the moment the Mr. Mischief persona was born. It was here that Prince Harry didn't just meet the press, he befriended them. He wasn't being stalked by Charlotte Griffiths. He was socializing with her. Fast forward to January 2012. The digital record shows a series of Facebook messages that are impossible to reconcile with Prince Harry's sworn testimony today. In one exchange, Prince Harry, using his private alias, challenged the very journalist he now claims to despise to a drinking contest. He told her he would drink her under the table. There were no lawyers present then, no PR teams, just a prince voluntarily handing over his location, his plans, and his trust to a member of the tabloid beast. For over a decade, this secret remained buried. Then, in March 2023, the legal war began. Prince Harry walked into the High Court of London and officially filed a lawsuit against Associated Newspapers. He claimed his phone had been hacked, his life had been invaded, and his peace had been shattered by illegal news gathering. The cost of this legal crusade has been astronomical, triggering what is now the most expensive privacy battle in British royal history. Prince Harry positioned himself as the moral compass of the monarchy, the man who would finally hold the liars of the media accountable. But behind the scenes, the panic was real. In November 2024, inside the high security offices of the Shillings law firm, Prince Harry's legal team made a desperate move. They filed a series of motions to strike out any evidence related to his personal social media history. They tried to burn the Facebook thread before the court could see it. They failed. The judge ruled that if Prince Harry wanted to claim he was a victim of illegal intrusion, the defense had every right to prove he was actually a willing source. The nuclear bomb finally detonated in March 2026. In the middle of Court 76, the Daily Mail's counsel laid out the movie snuggles and the high-speed race between Prince Harry's Audi and a journalist's Volkswagen Golf GTI. This wasn't a man being pursued. This was a man playing a game. The messages didn't show a victim, they showed a participant. And that brings us to today, April 1st, 2026. The shock has turned into a cold, hard reality check for Prince Harry. The judge has just issued a devastating order, a total review of the claimant's honesty. Because of the discrepancies found in this 15-year timeline, Prince Harry is no longer just fighting for a payout. He is fighting to avoid a total financial wipeout. Legal experts estimate that if he is found to have misled the court, he will be ordered to pay the entirety of the defense's legal fees. The bill: an estimated $15 million. 15 years of curation, 15 years of claiming to be a target, all of it potentially undone by a single Facebook thread and a nickname. As the courtroom doors close for the afternoon, the question isn't whether Prince Harry was hacked. It's whether the public can ever trust a single word he says again. The martyr didn't die for a cause. He might have just tripped over his own mischief. But as the sun sets on the royal courts, an even more disturbing question is beginning to emerge. Who else knew about these messages? And why were they kept secret for so long? To understand why Prince Harry's face went pale in Court 76 this morning, you have to look past the drama and understand the cold, mechanical trap of the British legal system. This isn't just about hurt feelings. It's about a sophisticated legal mechanism that the prince himself triggered, only to have it turn and bite him. We call this the voluntary source trap. And here is exactly how it works, step by step. According to the protocols of the 2026 High Court, it begins with step 1, the intrusion allegation. In this phase, the claimant, Prince Harry, files a lawsuit alleging that the press used illegal methods to gather information. He claims they hacked his voicemail, bugged his cars, and bribed his associates. For Prince Harry to win, he has to prove that there was no other possible way for the journalists to know what they knew. He builds a narrative of a fortress that could only be breached by digital crime. But then comes step 2, the counter-defense trigger. Once a claimant like Prince Harry makes a sworn statement that he never spoke to the press, he unknowingly activates a specific legal clause for the defense. Under the laws of civil litigation, the defendant, Associated Newspapers, is then granted the right to prove that they had a normal, cordial relationship with the subject. If they can show that the prince was friendly with even one of their journalists, the entire fortress narrative is legally compromised. This leads directly into step 3, the historical cross-reference. This is where the Facebook thread, Exhibit L0422FB, becomes a lethal weapon. The defense team, working with the Metropolitan Police's data specialists, compares Prince Harry's public claims of isolation against his private digital footprint. When the court sees messages about naughty weekends and drinking contests sent from Prince Harry's own account to a Daily Mail reporter, the intrusion allegation from step 1 begins to dissolve. The law doesn't care about your feelings. It cares about your metadata. The most devastating moment is step 4, the narrative reversal. After reviewing the history of the Mr. Mischief persona, the judge is legally empowered to reach a new conclusion. Instead of illegal hacking, the court recategorizes the information as gifted intel. If Prince Harry was drunk, flirtatious, or simply careless during a weekend at a countryside estate, any information he shared is considered voluntarily surrendered. In the eyes of the law, you cannot sue someone for stealing a secret that you handed over while eating pizza at 2 a.m. with the very person you are now suing. Finally, we hit step 5, the precedent fracture. This is the part Prince Harry's lawyers are truly terrified of. This trial is not an isolated event. It is a test case. By losing his credibility here in Court 76, Prince Harry has inadvertently poisoned the well for all his other ongoing litigation. The rulings made today create a binding precedent. This means his lawyers at the Shillings firm now have to face the Mirror Group and News Group with a client who has been officially labelled by a judge as an unreliable narrator. The domino effect is massive. As the clock strikes 3 p.m. on this first day of April, the legal machinery is grinding toward a conclusion that Prince Harry never anticipated. He wanted to be the man who broke the press, but he may have simply provided the press with the tools to break him. The trap is shut. The mechanism is locked. And as we look at the list of people Prince Harry messaged on that private Facebook account, a new name has just emerged. A name that links this scandal directly to a high-ranking member of the royal household who was supposedly Team Harry all along. Who is the second mischief in the thread? The court is about to find out. As the sun sets over the royal courts of justice on this first day of April 2026, the legal community is buzzing with one question. What happens when the Prince of Privacy is exposed by his own digital footprint? We are looking at a branching path of possibilities, a scenario tree that will define Prince Harry's life for the next decade. Based on the explosive evidence from the Mr. Mischief files, there are 3 potential endings to this drama, and one of them is already starting to look like an inevitability. The first branch, the total collapse. In this worst-case scenario, the judge issues a formal declaration of perjury. If the court decides that Prince Harry knowingly misled them about his relationship with Charlotte Griffiths, the consequences are nuclear. Not only would he lose the case, but he would be ordered to pay every single penny of the defence's legal fees, a bill estimated to exceed £15 million. This would effectively drain the remaining reserves of the Archewell Foundation. But the real sting? A 5-year litigation ban. The UK court could bar Prince Harry from filing any new civil lawsuits in the country, effectively silencing his war against the media. He would be a prince without a voice and a claimant without a court. The second branch, the silence buyback. This is a mid-level settlement. In this version, Prince Harry's legal team realizes that the Facebook thread is just the tip of the iceberg. Behind the scenes, there are rumors of even more damaging messages. Messages involving other journalists and even members of his wife's former inner circle. To prevent these from being read into the public record, Prince Harry could choose to withdraw his claims entirely. He would pay a significant portion of the costs and walk away with a non-disclosure agreement. It's a tactical retreat, a way to bury the mischief before it becomes a global meme. But in the age of the internet, can you ever truly bury a digital ghost? The third branch, and by far the most realistic, according to top legal analysts in London, is the Pyrrhic victory, a hollow win. In this scenario, the court might acknowledge that some minor phone hacking occurred 15 or 20 years ago. Prince Harry might win a symbolic sum, perhaps a few thousand, but the victory would be poisoned. The judge would likely dismiss 90% of the core allegations, citing Prince Harry's lack of candor regarding his relationship with the press. The ruling would state that while the media may have stepped over the line, Prince Harry himself was the one who drew that line in disappearing ink. His reputation as a truth-teller would be officially incinerated by a High Court judgment. Why is the system so unforgiving? Because the UK judiciary has zero tolerance for history rewriting. In the courtrooms of 2026, your memory doesn't matter. Your metadata does. The digital footprint Prince Harry left on Facebook and Instagram is an unchangeable blueprint of his true intentions. You cannot claim to be a victim of a system you are actively trying to outmaneuver. As the evening briefing begins in the halls of the High Court, the mischief is no longer just a nickname, it's a legal liability. Everyone is waiting to see which branch Prince Harry will take. Will he double down on a narrative that has already been challenged by a PDF file? Or will he realize that the trap he set for the Daily Mail has finally closed on his own heel? The most terrifying part for the prince isn't the £15 million bill. It's the fact that the defense has yet to reveal the identity of the person Prince Harry was messaging right before he flew to London for this trial. There is another name in that thread. And when it comes out, the exiled prince might find himself even further from home. Stay alert, because the next hour of testimony is about to pull the thread on a secret Prince Harry thought he had deleted forever. Wait, stop right there. Because the most explosive part of this trial isn't what Prince Harry said under oath, or even the flirtatious jokes he made with a journalist. The real story, the one that has the legal teams in Court 76 whispering in frantic huddles, is what was hidden behind a thick black bar of ink. If you look at the bottom of page 12 in the Facebook transcript logged as Exhibit NL0422FB, there is a specific line that has been completely redacted. It occurs right after Prince Harry tells Charlotte Griffiths that he is going off comms for a week. He mentions he is using a temporary phone number, stating, "I'm sticking with whatever this is, redacted, for now." At first, Prince Harry's lawyers claimed this was a standard security measure, a way to protect the prince's current contact details. They told the judge it was an old army-issued burner phone used for military exercises. But as of 3 o'clock this afternoon, that story has completely fallen apart. Internet sleuths and independent metadata analysts have been working through the lunch break to cross-reference the digital footprint left by that specific message. And what they found is sending shockwaves through both London and Montecito. The area code prefix associated with that temporary number was not +44 for the United Kingdom. It was not +1 for California. The digital trail leads directly to a highly exclusive, ultra-private island in the Caribbean. An island that serves as a sanctuary for the world's most powerful elite, a place where prying eyes are strictly forbidden. But here is where the mystery turns into a full-blown royal scandal. By checking the flight manifests and public schedules from that exact week in January, a chilling pattern has emerged. That specific Caribbean island was the same location where another high-ranking member of the royal household, who has recently been off-grid due to health or personal reasons, was reportedly spotted in secret. Is Prince Harry truly the victim of a media machine? Or is he the architect of a shadow communication network? Think about the implications. If Prince Harry was using a secret Caribbean-based satellite line to coordinate with senior royals behind the scenes, it blows his entire exiled and abandoned narrative out of the water. Even more disturbing is the question currently circulating in high society forums. Does Meghan Markle even know about this number? Was Prince Harry protecting his privacy from the press? Or was he protecting a secret alliance that even his own wife was excluded from? The redaction wasn't just a security measure. It was a digital blackout designed to hide a connection that could rewrite the power dynamics of the House of Windsor. The defense team for the Daily Mail has just filed an emergency motion to have that black bar removed. They want the full number, the billing records, and they want to know exactly who Prince Harry was calling from that tropical hideaway while the rest of the world thought he was suffering in silence. The truth is literally buried under a layer of black ink. We are currently working with sources in London to verify the identity of the person on the other end of that secret line. The Mr. Mischief files are about to reveal their final, most dangerous secret. You do not want to miss what we have uncovered in our next update. If you want the unredacted truth before the mainstream media catches up, you need to act now. Hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications. This is a fast-moving investigation, and the next piece of the puzzle drops in less than 24 hours. Like this video to show the algorithm that you want more breaking royal investigations, and comment decode below if you want us to release the full area code analysis tonight. The prince thought he could hide behind a redacted line. He was wrong. The digital trail never goes cold. Stay tuned.